Good afternoon from Tel Aviv. I'm here leading a birthright trip, and it is great to be here. I wanted to share an idea about the Parsha. This week's Parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu, is described as the most humble of all men. And it's an interesting thing to consider that we also know that Moshe is the greatest leader known to mankind. He's the greatest leader in our history. And what about leadership? What is the connection of humility to leadership? So I saw a beautiful idea by a contemporary author in the topic of Musar named Alan Marinis, and he quotes a Gemara in Brachos which says that when a person has a set place in synagogue, a makom kavua, that person is known as being humble. So it's very interesting when you think about it. If somebody's sitting in my place in shul, in synagogue, and I kick them out of my seat, I'm joking a little bit, but it sounds like by kicking them out, I'm being humble. Now, I don't encourage people to kick people out of their seats, but the idea is that I have my own seat, and by having my own seat, I'm humble. How is that the case? How is that possible? That having my own seat makes me humble. So Alan Marinis describes a beautiful, beautiful concept. And he says that in life, in general, a person knowing their greatness and knowing their talents and skills does not make them haughty. To the contrary, it could be that such a person is actually humble. Because a humble person understands their place and where they belong. But they understand that that's their place. And it could be that the place next to them, like you see here, there's a bench next to me that's open, that a person leaves space for somebody else to occupy that space and to shine their light. So if I'm sitting in my seat, occupying my space, exercising, utilizing my talents and my skills, shining my light, but in doing so I'm leaving room for another person to exercise their greatness and to shine their light, that is being humble. And that, I believe, is the secret of Moshe's, one of the many secrets of Moshe's greatness. His humility. He's the most humble of all men. That he understood his greatness. He understood his mission to lead the Jewish people, but he also left room for others to do the things that they needed to do. The Kohanim, the judges, etc. That Moshe was a great leader. A truly great leader understands their own role, and they also understand the role of other leaders and other individuals and their necessity to shine their light in the way that they're destined to. Have a lovely Shabbos and a beautiful, beautiful weekend.